So about 6:30 this evening, officers got a call about a shooting here in the parking lot of the Walmart at Coors and I-40. As they got here, it turns out we also got shot spotter notifications. It turns out it was started as a road rage incident, apparently between occupants of two different vehicles. I don't know if you can see behind me, but there's a white truck in the background there with a trailer on it, and there was a black Charger. Those were the two primary vehicles that were involved in a road rage incident. They pulled into the parking lot here. The occupants got out and started arguing. At some point, another vehicle showed up, and then someone produced guns at that point in time. A fourth vehicle also showed up at some point, and then shots started after they started physically fighting, and then shots were fired by more than one individual. So it turned into sort of a shootout at some point. The driver of the black Charger got in his vehicle, turned around, came and drove straight into three of the individuals, pinning them against another smaller white truck. At that point, one of the individuals that was pinned between the Dodge Charger and the truck turned his gun on the driver of the black Charger and fired rounds into the car, striking the driver of that vehicle. That driver got out, started running southbound toward the Walmart, and collapsed at some point. He was eventually transported, and he either died during transport or when he got to the hospital. So that individual, I understand, is an adult male, and he is deceased at this time. The three individuals who were pinned between the vehicles are all transported to the hospital. None of them seem to be suffering life-threatening injuries at this point, so they're all stable at this point. I don't know the ages of those, but all individuals involved were males. As you can imagine, the scene was very chaotic as officers got here, trying to understand who was on which side. There was also security that arrived at the scene. I'm not sure if there's security for the businesses here for the Walmart, but they detained, I think, two of the individuals that were involved. So we don't have as far as I know, we don't have any outstanding individuals. I think everyone who was involved is either in custody or at the hospital at this point. And like I said, the person who was shot and killed was the driver of the vehicle. And that's what I have at this point. Any questions?
We were told that IPS Security does security in a parking lot. Can you comment that they were the ones that helped get these guys into custody?
I know they were involved. I don't know. I've seen another security, it looked like another security company out here too, so I'm not sure who was involved. But they did, I think, take two individuals maybe into custody, and then 34s got there and took over.
Do we know anything about when this Walmart will reopen, or how long we can expect a police presence here?
They're going to be here for a number of hours. There were a number of guns, a number of magazines at the scene, currently at the scene, so number of shots fired. So our criminalistics is going to have to really delve into this and figure out who was shooting, where the shots landed, looking for projectiles, that sort of thing. So it'll take several hours. Walmart was open for a little while, but they ended up closing the store and let all their cashiers and employees go home.
And can you just remind viewers what the shot spotter activation is?
So we have ShotSpotter is a gun detection technology. It detects through the sound. It detects gunshots, and usually it's very accurate, and it usually can determine the number of shots and what kind of shots and that sort of thing. I don't know what the details of this activation were exactly, but obviously they got a lot of 911 calls too about the shootings, and it was very chaotic too. So we didn't know. We knew there were crashers, there's cars running into people, so we weren't sure at the time. But it does appear that this one vehicle pinned the three people against another vehicle, so that was the crash that was involved. And separate from that, I don't know if you heard, there was a separate crash over here on Coors, I think in Ouray, involving a motorcyclist and a pedestrian. I just talked to control, and the pedestrian is in critical condition in surgery right now. The motorcyclist is also at the hospital in stable condition. I don't have any details about that crash, but that happened maybe an hour after this happened. It's not related at all.
And just for clarification on the shots fired, it was the person that was pinned fired the only shots?
No. There were several individuals, and we're trying to figure out who all shot. But the person who shot at the guy in the car was involved in a shootout. So there was actively two groups of people, it appears at this point, that were shooting at each other. That may change as they get through the investigation, but detectives are looking at video. They're waiting to get more video from Walmart. We do have a trailer camera nearby. I'm not sure if it's ours or if it's Walmart's, but we're hoping to get clear video from that as well. So I think detectives will be able to piece this together through all of that and through eyewitnesses. But at this point, just the initial reaction was just getting everything into place, making sure offenders were in custody and taking care of everyone that was injured.
So the only person who was shot died? No one else was shot?
As far as I can know, there's one person was shot. He died. The other three, their injuries came from being pinned against the truck.
Are they life-threatening?
My understanding is not life-threatening, the three. But if that changes, I'll let you know.
And for the person who did die, has their next of kin been notified?
I don't know at this point. The what now? I don't know. There were some of them were in the white truck with the trailer, and then the black Charger. Those seem to be the two that were in the initial road rage incident. I don't know if they called someone else or if others were following. I'm not sure how the others came to be involved, but they did come upon the scene. So there's a total of 4 cars in that little cluster right there. Another smaller white truck and I think a blue car. I'm not sure what individuals came from what. I think there were other individuals that were not injured, but I'm not certain.
How concerning is it for APD that a road rage incident can snowball like this real quickly?
We say it all the time when we see these road rage incidents, and they can snowball. They could, explode into anything at any point. We always caution everyone. Officers are constantly telling drivers to be very careful. I know officers on the force. Everyone reminds each other of being careful, not honking your horn, not just drive safely, keep your eyes on the road and everything in front of you, because you just never know. I mean, this is just it's amazing that so many guns were involved, and it could just in a busy parking lot like Walmart. This is one of the busiest intersections I think in the city and the whole state. I don't know. I think our crime scene specialist said they saw at least 4 firearms on scene.
And the person that died, he died on scene or he was transported?
It's not clear. He kind of ran, collapsed. You can see where he collapsed. He's not on scene right now, so they transported him. I don't know if they were trying to revive him in the ambulance or not.
Do we know yet if there was any children involved at all? I saw lots of kids in the parking lot earlier.
I'm not aware of any children, but I'll double check that and we'll let you know. And I did ask if any of them were juveniles, and they just don't know at this point. Anything else? Okay.
Thank you, Gilbert.
Thanks,
Sure.
Gilbert.